Hey everybody. 1 million cups coffee. So yeah, everybody's jacked up on caffeine. My caffeine choice is yerba mate pretty much every morning. So my name is Greg Bellinger. I'm the CEO and also partner at White Rabbit Group. And I have been, so I'm a front-end web developer, and I've been building websites and managing the development of mobile apps for almost 10 years now. And a little bit about us. So we code, that's what we do. In the shortest sense, we build web and mobile apps. Just kind of give you guys an example of something that we're currently working on. This is an iPad mobile app that we're in the middle of developing. And essentially what it does is so we're building it for tree care companies, and it allows them to basically, the crew that are on the scene, we're giving them a virtual map to be able to manage and see the certain tasks that they're supposed to be taking care of. So we're really streamlining their process, and we'll be launching this within just a few weeks here for the company. It's an internal app, so it's not going to be public, but so that's something that we build. Our mission within White Rabbit is to deliver the highest quality web and mobile applications on the market quickly and efficiently, and that kind of sums into 3 different things. Essentially providing what we build at a cost that's competitive, delivering quickly, and making sure that what we're coding and what we're building is quality, top-notch industry, everything that we push. So I have a quick question, 6 minutes, quick question. What kind of company does this look like to you guys? Somebody in the audience? Anybody?
Tech company.
Tech company?
Small tech company.
So yeah, kind of techie. So this is actually our target market and who we work with. So this is like an example of a design and marketing firm. So we don't go directly to the client. This is like who we work with and our clients. This is like a prime example of the people that we work with, hanging out, obviously, the company. To kind of dive down a little bit more, so what White Rabbit is we're a white label dev shop, and we partner with design and marketing firms throughout the nation, and for development. The thing about design and marketing firms, there's 3 things, and this all stems from like the founders of a company, is they're either really good at development, they're either really good at design, or really good at marketing. And they're like 80 or 90% of them are not good at development. The people that are at the top level are really good at design, or they're really good at marketing, and so they need a trusted partner for code. It's a technical thing, it's confusing to most people, and so for us, we step in as somebody who's trusted that can deliver. And time again, we do that. So our current partner map right now, we have just over 30 signed partnerships with design and marketing firms throughout the nation. We got 2 down in Hawaii, pretty excited about that. So what is White Rabbit? Who's behind White Rabbit? How are we doing on time?
2 more minutes.
2 more minutes? Okay. So what is White Rabbit? Who are we? We're currently a team of 13 individuals. We have an office here in Chico, and we also have a branch office in India. And we don't outsource to a third-party company. Myself and my partner, we actually own the corporation in India, so we control everything direct. We have an HR person fully vetting people, hiring people, and we're really picky about who we bring on. And I'm just going to share this picture with you guys. This was me, this is myself, and our dev team. This is in December. I went out there, visited them, hung out, worked with them. So this is our team out there, really, really excited about these people here in this room, right here that you see. We have probably vetted hundreds of people to get to the team that we have, and they are really good. Just want to give a shout out to Abhilash in the back right that you guys can see. He's a partner in White Rabbit Group. He's a really talented back-end developer. We both co-founded it, and he is managing our team out there. So, kind of what does our future look like? Currently, we're a team of 13 people. Our goals, this is kind of goals from like somewhat long-term to more short-term. Our goal is to be one of the best in the world dev shops that you can go to, and to expand to 100 employees. We have plans right now to set up office in Seattle and Costa Rica. Just this year, we're going to be trying to close some global partnerships. It's Mark right here. It's his job. And 2 times the sales this year. And right now, we have about 12 top partners, and those top partners bring in anywhere from like 5 to 10K per month. And our goal is to get at least 20 top partners, and these guys are consistently coming to us. So that's pretty much it.
Out of time. Thank you.
Yeah.
So now you have 20 minutes.
Okay.
We have question and answers. So whoever has questions, raise your hand, and you can go from person to person and have fun. Go. Ready?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Right here in
Questions.
the back.
So,
Yeah.
how can we help you?
We're trying to hire 2 people. The first thing is a technical project manager and then UI UX designer here locally. It's been a little bit tough to find these people here. And so if you guys know anybody that would be interested in a job, UI UX and technical project manager with someone who's pretty experienced, we're hiring for that. And then also, if you guys know anybody, any design marketing firms, or anybody who needs a mobile app or web app build, let us know. So referrals and also just trying to find talent in Chico.
What kind of pricing ballpark, if say you wanted a mobile app?
5 to 100K, 5,000 to 100,000, depending, or more, depending on what you're trying to build. Whether you want to be on iOS and Android.
So I noticed you had like Python and Java. You had a whole range of different programming languages listed. PHP, I guess, for WordPress and everything.
Yeah.
So, like, if you wanted it on iOS and Android, would you use something like Kiwi or something? Or
It depends on what you're trying to build, so we'll either do both native, or we'll do like hybrid and like React Native.
Okay.
So either React, or we'll just build them both fully native.
Have you done any work with artificial intelligence or big data databases?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you could talk just a little bit about your global presence, your international presence, and was wondering why Costa Rica is on the map for your future plans.
Yeah, it's a good question. The biggest thing is time zone difference. It's having somebody on our time zone, and then also developers down there are almost half the cost. So if we can
Comparable with India?
What's that?
Is it comparable with India?
It's more expensive than India, but even still, if you compare it here, like half the price, you're spending maybe 100K on developers there, where you're just spending like 250K for developers here. That could be like a price difference, which can make a big difference. So the biggest thing is getting a team, on our time zone as well. So.
How many businesses are you helping here locally, and how are you connecting with the community and marketing yourself here in Chico?
Yeah, to be honest, it's probably something we're slacking in. Honestly, our market isn't Chico that much, but we do work with local companies for app development and websites too. But I would say, so part of your question is kind of what we're doing outreach, like locally. Our brand's kind of interesting because we are a white label, so at the same time we try to be quiet. Like we don't have a Facebook page, we do have a LinkedIn. So we're kind of quiet at some sense, and yeah, that makes sense.
Can you expand on that? Why is it important to be quiet? And
Because, yeah, so we have a lot of partnerships, so a lot of our work we can't even actually showcase because it is through our network of partnerships, through white labeling, and we work under their brand, and a lot of their clients on the front end don't even know about us. Some, and you know, every partnership's a little bit different. Some of them we are right in the forefront with them in meetings. I mean, I just flew out to Chicago in December for a kickoff meeting, and then other times we're completely behind the scenes. So, but that's just, yeah, it's just our thing, like kind of being stealthy. if that
Do you
makes
have a
sense.
lot of competition then in that same mode in which you're operating?
There's too much business for us. Like we have a lot of work coming in, and I don't ever worry about competition. There's definitely competition out there. But somebody, like a company just popping in my mind right now that's doing exactly what we do, I can't really think of anybody.
How many apps have you written so far and have active?
So just under a dozen. Just under a dozen.
And how long has it been to get those dozen?
So it depends. I mean, development's always constant, right? You mean like how long from when we first started? Maybe like a
when
few
you first
years.
started.
A few years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then even time-wise, you know, mobile apps and any web application should always be built upon. And so it's kind of constant with the stuff that we're working on.
Constant improvement.
Yeah. Any other? How about from these three right here?
Yeah. You're building that About Trees app.
Yeah.
How long, what does the time frame look like on a project of that scale?
So that's about a 3 to 4 month build from design, UI, UX into development. So we started that pretty much beginning of December, and we'll be launching that version 1.0 at the end of this month.
Do you also help them to promote it and get it on the market so it can be shared? Or does that depend on the client and what they want to do with it?
That's on the client, so we don't do marketing, we don't do funnels or anything like that.
Do you have partnerships where you can go to or refer your customers?
We do, and we rely a lot on, again, a lot of our, you know, we have partnerships and we rely on them to kind of handle that end. And so all, you know, our partners are either really good at design and marketing, and their weak spot's development. And so they'll handle, obviously, all the client-facing stuff, and then also the marketing end and pushing it. And we're there for deployment and server management and stuff like that,
Okay.
and added features. But when it comes to actual marketing, we rely on our partners for that.
I'm just wondering, like, what are some of the trials or the tribulations you've experienced during the process of building this app? Seems like you're doing really pretty well, and
Any lessons learned, Mark?
Thinking with previous clients, it would probably be getting a firm idea of the expectations from the get-go. Yeah, you know.
Client expectations.
Client
I mean,
expectations.
that's something we're always battling, client expectations. I'm trying to think of anything. I mean,
Scope creep.
scope creep. Making scope creep is huge, and just making sure that when you're putting in estimates, that you do it correctly. For us, I really stand behind what we say and what we say we're going to deliver, and sometimes that we fall short of the amount of income that's coming in on that project. But just scope creep. But I mean, I don't know. From the beginning, we've just gone head in, and we haven't stopped, and it's been working for us. And I would say overall, it's been fairly smooth, and growth has been really good. So, yeah. Good question. I'm gonna have to think about that one. Maybe I can get back to you on that.
So, looking how the industry is changing and evolving, what do you expect the skill set's going to be in 5, 10 years that you need to actually embrace?
I don't think the web is going anywhere. AR is getting really huge, and connecting everything to hardware is a space that we're not necessarily super involved with right now, and that's a space that we really need to get into. So just AR and connecting, with devices is going to be kind of within the next 5 years a space that we really are going to get into, and it's going to be huge growth for the world, obviously. Yeah.
When you say connecting to devices, you mean IoT?
So, yeah.
Back to Scope Creek, would your potential project manager also be like an account manager to help with that? Or do you perceive that as a potential separate role?
Talking about technical project manager like position. Yeah, so that person would be helping with putting together estimates as well. Yeah.
I was curious about your funding and how you started the company, and if you had to go out for round funding or.
It's self-funded between myself and my partner Abhilash in India. Yeah. So, yeah. How much time do we have?
You know, I've not been checking.
What other questions do we have?
Let's see. I don't know where we start.
Starting to feel overwhelmed.
Any other questions?
You could throw out an interesting idea for an app that you would probably make. We're using AR. What would it be?
An interesting AR idea. I think it would be pretty cool for us as a company to build something where we could connect e-commerce stores where they can put their products, obviously in reality. And right now, that space, it takes a lot of development and a lot of money it takes big companies to do that right now. To be able to implement that into like a mobile app. And I think that would be a space if we could figure out a solution to make that cheaper. I think that would be something that would be cool for us to work on. So we also internally, and this is a space that I want to grow internally, we work on applications ourselves. And so that could be something, that I could see us working on would be pretty cool in regards to AR. Yeah. Maybe connecting Shopify with it. Yeah.
So, what is the app that was the most complicated to develop and why? And what is the app that you are the most proud of? Why?
So an app that we can talk about currently is probably the most complicated that we're currently working on is the Batteries app that I kind of showed you there. So it's an iPad app. It has the entire map. You can drop pins and add all these locations and everything. So that's probably our biggest mobile app project right now. And you said mobile apps, right? Or just any project?
Yeah. What's the most challenging thing and the most beautiful, almost let's say the most proud of?
Yeah, right now it would be that one. We built it. So a lot of times we're jumping in on really cool projects that were previously developed. But yeah, that one I would say it's a really cool. I really like that app because some apps we're working on you don't really see like this app that we're working on. This company is really going to excel, and it's literally going to save them like hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not up into the millions every year, just by organizing their company on this app. So that alone is really exciting just to see the value of something that you're building, So, yeah.
So that's the tree app where you're replacing the tree.
Correct.
Doing the tree care.
Yeah.
So does that do it on just the client's location, or is it multiple locations, or does it do both?
It's multi-location, so it's an iPad app, and so kind of how it's set up, kind of just a little visual. Kind of how it's set up is each crew has a boss, and they'll be driving around to the job. They'll ride, and then they'll have all the description, essentially what they'll be working on here on a visual map.
Like a green care type of thing?
Yeah, so there's multiple pins, so like, you know, what's happening if the tree's gonna get cut down, if there's a hazard, if there's like a shrub that needs to be done, so each pin, you know, kind of signifies a certain task.
One thing you might look at, I'm fascinated by that kind of thing, is Plant Snap. I think is a fairly current thing. It does plant identification.
Mm-hmm.
So you show it the
I
flower.
think I've
and
downloaded
then-
that one.
Yeah.
I like plants.
Yeah. So it kind of identifies what the plant is and gives its location if you allow that.
Yeah.
And then you can, when the stores are empty because the money went bad, then you can go and eat something out in the park.
Yeah.
I'm not paranoid. Get the spider up.
Yeah.
As long as they have sprayed it.
Yeah, right, exactly. Roundup. Look out for the roundup.
Okay, this is a stupid question because I
No.
really don't know a whole lot
Okay.
about web development or technology. Is any of this like particularly proprietary technology that you've developed, and then if so, who owns it?
Our clients own it, and almost everything is pretty proprietary. We focus on the custom end a lot of what we're working on, like custom development. And so most of it's pretty proprietary, and our clients own it. Sometimes we'll get into situations where we'll have partial ownership, but yeah, our clients own it for sure. We're not really, there's a lot of dev shops out there that try to claim that type of ownership and then also lock people in. We're very free, and we're building for our clients, and they definitely own it 100%. So I feel pretty strongly about that.
So you don't deal with getting patents and copyrights and things?
We don't. No, if the client asks us any legal question, anything, even if it's like, how do I build like a terms of use page on, like my response is, we can't help you with that, like consult away.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I have a question. So I want to know how you guys started your company, how many people were there, how much investment it took, how long it took, and also all the legal aspects of it.
Starting a company is a lot easier than you think. I mean, everybody always gets kind of worried about, do I need to set up an LLC? Do I need to do this? And it's like, dude, just go in and like, just do it. Just go in, start building. And my advice is like, why are you going to spend $750 a year on an LLC when you're not even doing anything, or you don't even own a house, or like whatever? So for us, we started. It was basically just last year, you could say we started. I mean, I've been doing this for 10 years, and I haven't had a job since I was like 17. I'm 28 now. So I've been self-sufficient building websites. And I had another company, it was called Golden Leaf. We did design, marketing, everything. As a front-end web developer, it just didn't make sense. So we rebranded to White Rabbit, and this was basically beginning of last year with one developer in India, Abhilash, myself, and then one HR person. We went all in. So 4 people, now we're at 13. We brought Mark on board February. He's in charge of basically client outreach. Funding wise, maybe ask me that question afterwards because we're being filmed right now. happy to answer that, but maybe ask me afterwards, and I'll let you know what it took cost wise. My partner and I, Abhilash, we both went in. Income wise, 50-50. Both, like I said, self-funded, and it wasn't like $5,000. It was more than that. I mean, it takes a little bit to get started. We needed our nest. But once we started, we went all in. So, are you trying to start a company right now, or?
Well, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your company? Sparkman's version.
Same thing you're doing, or maybe better.
Are you a developer?
Yeah.
You gonna copy my idea?
You have to hire him then.
What's your
Yeah. You're a developer?
So I graduated from Chico State in computer science.
Okay, cool. Are you web or mobile?
Yeah,
or?
but I do Ruby on Rails.
Okay, nice.
That's what I like.
So you like the back end server side?
Yeah, back end. I sometimes do the front end, but I'm not as good. I like the back end more.
Yeah. Cool. Nice.
We can
Let's
talk.
talk. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Do you do your own servers, or you use something like DigitalOcean or something?
We use DigitalOcean a lot.
Okay.
So we use DigitalOcean and AWS for our
Yeah.
servers.
They do know.
There's no point in us setting up a computer and,
Right.
yeah. We don't really try to push too much for us charging on hosting either. I really try to push for our partners and any clients to really own what they're holding.
Now let them pay the monthly fee and all that, right?
Let them pay the monthly
You'll
design.
give them the code, and then they can go off and pay the monthly charges.
Yeah, we don't have to deal with a small building, but it's really about like they should own it. They should own their own AWS account. Why are we holding this? Yeah. So a lot of companies try to lock people in. For us, we're just here to help people grow and build cool products. So.
You said you had a lot of business coming in, and I'm wondering, is that because is there just not enough developers out there to meet the needs of the industry, or are you offering? Do you have something about the way you guys do it that sets you apart from your competition?
Yeah, there's not many companies like us in the sense of attention to detail. There's definitely a lot out there that's not. There's a lot of awesome development companies, but a lot of them, they either don't deliver on time, but they might focus on quality code, but they might be really expensive. For us, we deliver kind of 3 key points, which is the cost, which allows our partners to white label on top, and then also delivering. My focus is always delivering us. Everybody as a company is delivering the best code that we can possibly push, and then delivering on time. So you'd be surprised. I mean, some of our partnerships, these guys are like 30-year-old marketing companies, and they come to us, they start working with us, and they're just like, you guys, we've never worked with anybody like you guys. Like and I'm kind of blown away. Like what we're doing is good, and our focus is always like high quality, but it's kind of crazy. And so time and time again, we're constantly just like we'll come in on like I said, like a 30-year-old company. They're working with somebody else, and we'll jump in and we work with them on a couple projects, and they just completely cut off their other team. And now we're their sole source for development. So.
What is the kind of the niche? Like why did they drop the other company and stay with yours?
I think it's our customer service. I think we're fun to work with, and we deliver. There are so many terrible developers out there. Let's be honest. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. People say they know what they're doing, but they don't. They charge way too much, and yeah, it's kind of endless. There's also, on the other spectrum, there's also really talented developers out there, obviously. Those people are rare.
I would imagine that, as you guys are translating these people's ideas into code, and for any developer, there's probably, like you were saying, a lot of big expectations. So maybe part of your success is just that you're making that translation process easy for the clients, and they're not feeling like they're banging their head against the wall trying to get the features they want.
That's so true. Because developers have, one side of the brain, designers have the other side, and you kind of have to blend those two to be able to deliver for your client, right? So yeah, I would say that's definitely a good point of something that we deliver on compared to other developers. Is we're able to we jump into meetings, and we also we're here to help you build your idea. And like when we're in meetings, we don't just take ideas, and then just build. Like we'll like reciprocate. Like maybe you should change this, maybe you should add this. And so it's a really it's a tight partnership of building something together. Yeah.
Awesome. I think that's it. We only have a few more minutes left.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. How'd you like it? Went by fast, huh?
Good. Yeah.
So that was his 20 minutes. If you guys have any other questions, you can send them to us. I'm sure he has his contact information on the 1 Million Cups Chico website. You can get a hold of him if you have any questions. We'll also have this video up in about 2 days, so you'll be able to share it. And we want to say thank you to our sponsors once again. So 6 Degrees Coffee on all the coffee and the products every week. Idea Fab Labs for the facility every week, and BCAC TV for their time and resources, and all the different organizers that put in their time to help make this happen every week. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time. Thank you for showing up. Tune in next week for more exciting business ideas being out there. So everyone have a great day.